Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. It's been a long time. Happy 4th of July. Sorry for the long delay, but I'm here. I'm back to a certain extent, but no promises. I'm just going to do the best I can. But if you want to catch me on a regular basis, you can just catch my streams, which I'll be doing 4 times a week, between here on YouTube and Twitch. But this video, we're going to discuss the spectacular season of Game of Thrones. Season 6 was amazing, and it felt like such a long time coming to see some of the things we finally got to see. Revenge, the Starks back at Winterfell. I mean, just a lot of wonderful things happened this season. And, you know, it's funny. It all happened so suddenly. You know, it's almost like the producers felt so restricted by the books, and now that they don't have any books to reference by, they only have a couple of, you know, hints and answers and not necessarily detailed directions as to where this all leads. You know, they have the important stuff and they're filling in everything. And, you know, but it's a good thing. It really is, because, you know, for so long, this show has just gutted people. You know what I mean? It's gutted people. It was nice to finally see a season where, for all intents and purposes, the good guys were winning to some extent. There are still some sad moments. You know, Rickon's death was, while not impactful for the viewer because we didn't know him very well, it still hurt because that's another Stark. That's Jon's brother. That's Sansa's brother. And he still died a horrible death at the hands of Ramsay. So, but this whole season, the way it ended too, the last 2 episodes were just insane. But it's funny because as you watch the whole season, you know, Westeros was a very weak part of the story. There really wasn't a whole lot going on there. And I think the problem there is because you don't like the Sparrow. You don't like Cersei. You know, I like Marjorie. So a lot of people like Marjorie and like the Queen of Thorns and all that stuff, but they're not on enough for, not to say for us not to care. They're just not on enough for us to completely get behind. So, you know, and not something like, you know, like Jon Snow, we see him a lot during the time he was alive and all the wars he had up there on the wall. Same thing with Tyrion. Tyrion's been the focal point of the show for a long time, up until recently. You don't get to see him as much. Daenerys, but those you still see a lot more than you see the Tyrells. So, but the payoff for that storyline in Westeros was insane, and I gotta say it was just a fun season to watch. And it was so disappointing that I couldn't finish reviewing all the episodes after I think 3 or 4 that I did, you know, due to all the changes and like right now I'm doing this video in this spot here, but I really can't do that anymore. I'm doing it now because I have the opportunity to, and then, you know, just not having the opportunity to do the reviews like I really wanted to. And I'm hoping down the line that changes and I have more time. I really need to find a spot that I could dedicate my space to do this stuff. I really don't have one now. As the kids get older, the space gets smaller. So, the last 2 episodes were probably best. I am surprised that they were able to top the second to last episode with, the last episode. You know what I mean? I'm surprised they were able to top the war. I think the interesting thing here leading into season 7, the relationship between Sansa and Jon, we're going to see where that goes. I don't think there's quite as much to worry about there as some people think there is. Yes, I think there's going to be some friction. Yes, I think there's going to be some issues, but I really don't see it culminating into something horrific. I do think Jon being anointed King of the North is a bad omen. I do think so. And I do feel that as much as I love, and Jon Snow's my favorite, he's always been my favorite character since season 1. And it's disappointing to say this, but I really don't think he's going to make it out alive. I really don't. I don't think Jon is going to end up being the king or ruler or whatever. It's interesting how much the story is about him. When you think about the name of the series, A Song of Fire and Ice, or I think it's The Song of Ice and Fire, whichever, same difference. That's him. That's him. He's Targaryen, he's Stark, Fire and Ice. And, you know, I think that's interesting. I think his story, he's going to make the difference as to the White Walkers getting destroyed. I think he'll make a difference as to who ends up on the throne. But I think when it's all said and done, he's going to die, but he'll die a hero. He'll die the greatest hero ever to live in the Seven Kingdoms and in Essos. So I really think that that's his role. Who's going to end up with the throne? Right now you can say Daenerys is the favorite, but I don't see her coming to Westeros to go to war with Cersei with the same army she's going with now. I really think she's going to hit a lot of roadblocks. They're going to cut into that army. The White Walkers, I think, are one. If we know Daenerys, if she's going to want to take her crown and her throne, she's going to want to protect her people, and she's not going to try and prioritize the crown over protecting them first. A good ruler and a good leader will take care of the priorities before worrying about their own clout. And I think when Daenerys comes to Westeros and she realizes the threat up north, I think she'll band together with Jon to stop that threat. Cersei will stay back and let their asses get weakened. And that's where we'll see a good battle between Cersei and Daenerys, Dorne, whatever. And we gotta remember, Euron Greyjoy. You know, I think now that he doesn't have his opportunity to be with Daenerys, he's gonna be with Cersei, I think. I think that's going to be a pact of numbers. You know, you have the ships that can protect the bay, and I have the men that can protect the city. They're going to be coming in on ships from Dorne, from, Daenerys. The men from the north are going to be coming in on ground. I can handle them. It's going to be a union of military power to protect her position on the throne. That's my prediction. That's what I think. But we don't know. But we will talk more Game of Thrones going forward. I know there's other things that I missed that I didn't mention in this video, but I will talk about them specifically. This is just a general video, but we will get into specifics in coming videos, because now that there's no books to reference from, now I can actually do speculation videos on this show. Like before, there was really no point because people read the book, so I'm just speculating shit that people either know or don't know already. So now we can speculate. So we'll talk some more Game of Thrones whenever I get an opportunity, whether it's like this or whether it's in a vlog or whether it's in one of my live streams. So until then, you guys have a wonderful 4th of July, and I will talk to you all very soon. This is Rob signing off for ETN, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Take it easy.
Thank you for watching ETN. Don't forget to subscribe and join the Nation Facebook page. You're watching ETN. Share and subscribe.
Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. It's been a long time. Happy 4th of July. Sorry for the long delay, but I'm here. I'm back to a certain extent, but no promises. I'm just going to do the best I can. But if you want to catch me on a regular basis, you can just catch my streams, which I'll be doing 4 times a week, between here on YouTube and Twitch. But this video, we're going to discuss the spectacular season of Game of Thrones. Season 6 was amazing, and it felt like such a long time coming to see some of the things we finally got to see. Revenge, the Starks back at Winterfell. I mean, just a lot of wonderful things happened this season. And, it's funny. It all happened so suddenly. It's almost like the producers felt so restricted by the books. And now that they don't have any books to reference by, they only have a couple of, hints and